Hi everybody, I am Sharna Jackson. I am the author of High Rise Mystery and its sequel Mic Drop, and I am delighted to join you as part of Cressida Cowell's Creativity Summer Camp. Now, we're thinking about the power of writing, and I wanted to talk to you about the way I construct my stories to give you some tips about how you can make your own. And when I'm making my stories, I always start with what I call the 3 Ps. I don't know if any of you have an idea what the 3 Ps could be, but for me, the 3 Ps are people, plot, and place. And I'll tell you about those things and give you some tips on how you can use that as inspiration for your own stories. But High Rise Mysteries, if you haven't read it yet, you should read it. If you haven't read it yet, High Rise Mystery is about 2 young sisters, Nick and Norva, who live on an estate in southeast London. And it's the hottest day of the year, much like it is now, as I'm recording this for you. It's so hot. The hottest day of the year, and they use their skills and their noses, and they follow that to the bins on the estate where they find the body of their art teacher Hugo in the bins, and they quickly have to solve the murder because it looks like someone they love may be in the frame, and they want to clear their name ASAP. And it was really important for me to create High Rise Mysteries with 2 young Black sisters, Nick and Norva, because unfortunately you don't get to see many Black children in books, and that is something that I wanted to change. So people in your stories, your characters in your stories are incredibly important. You can't really have a book or a novel without any characters. And people ask me all the time, are you more like Nick or are you more like Norva? And actually the truth is I'm a bit like both of them. So Nick is very scientific and she talks in short sentences, but Norva is very dramatic. She's always in love and she's always like falling down. And I'm a bit of both of them. So my tip for you, if you're thinking about people in your stories and you're looking for characters, why not look around your family or your friends and think about how you could write them into a story, or change their name, of course, so you don't get into trouble. But what is it about them that is interesting, and could you see them in a story that you're telling? I like to, not in a creepy way, I like to observe people when I'm out and about. If I'm on the train or on the bus or looking out of the window, I see the people opposite and I think, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what they're going to eat for dinner tonight. I wonder what they're going to dream about. I wonder where they grew up, and I wonder what school they went to, and were they naughty at school or were they good at school, and what their friends were like. And when I just keep thinking and thinking about people, I start to come up with characters. So try that, try thinking, try looking out of your window, wherever you are, seeing somebody, if you can see people, unless you live on fields, but imagine somebody and just think about who they are, how old they are, what their favorite food is. Do they like crisps? I like prawn cocktail crisps, they're my favorite. Do they like those too? What does that mean? Do they get into trouble because they're trying to eat these crisps? Where are they going on holidays? Where do their parents live? And that's a good starting point for a character. And then with your character, you need to have them in a place. That's my second P. And the place for me, again, in High Rise Mystery was super important. States are places where lots of people live. And unfortunately, people have a negative view of states. Some people do anyway. They think just bad things happen there. But that's not true. There's lots of interesting and very kind and fun people who live on an estate, and they all live together to create a really nice, supportive environment for each other. So when you're writing a book, think about where you want it to be. It doesn't have to be, and I love books that are magical and mysterious, but your stories don't have to set, place on the moon. They could do, but think about places that are close to your heart and places where you may go. So schools, cafes, beaches, forests, or even smaller places like under your bed. What world could exist under your bed, or behind your headboard, or under the shelf, or beneath the streets? So have a think about your places, and where would your characters go, your people go in that place. And then your plot. What's the plot? Well, plot is the thing that happens in your story. So you have your people, your characters, your place, and the things that they do is the plot. So in High Rise Mystery, I can't give you any spoilers, of course, but in High Rise Mystery, the plot is a mystery plot, hence the title. But that means when you're making a mystery, you have to know exactly what your people are doing at every moment in the story, because if not, your readers, your very, very, very smart readers, might think that they are the culprits. The culprit is the person who did the crime. So you have to plot your story out very carefully to make it not only exciting, but to make it make sense. So with a mystery story, you need certain elements. You need a mystery to happen, and mine's a murder, so you need a dead person, and then you need to solve it, but you need to throw in some distractions. They're called red herrings, to distract your reader from the truth and your detectives. So your plot is very important. So this is what I'd like us to do. I would like us to start with the 3 Ps. So your first task is to come up with your people. Come up with 2 people, and I want you to think about their age, their favorite food, what they would be doing on the hottest day of the year, and what their life goal is. So that's your people. Then your second task is to come up with the place, and it can be anywhere you like, and it'd be really interesting to see what you come up with. And then the third one is your plot. So using your people and your place, come up with some bullet points of what you think should happen in your story and see where you get on. You should probably spend about, well, I'm going to be really mean, 10 minutes on it, and just come up with the first things you can, just to see how you get on. And then that could be the start, you know, of a new mystery series, which would be really good, wouldn't it? So there you have it. People, plot, place. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and thank you for watching. And I want you to remember to check out the Children's Laureate website, where there are loads of other awesome creative tips. So give that a go. I'll see you later.